Welcome back. WeArEuS and this. This is something I've been playing for about 7 hours now. So I hope you guys appreciate all of the work I've put into getting us to this point. This is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Now, to get you guys caught up, I was going to say caught up to speed, that's not the way that works. To get you guys up to speed, I'm going to explain very quickly what I've done. I've killed everything. I've taken over everything. And now we're just playing defense. I have access to every single area on the map, thanks in no small part to our carry, this one right here. Generals that use magic are a little strong. Her being able to use magic has carried me through all of the fights down here. Frick, even the really hard fights that net you the relics that turn into this junk here. Oh, that army carried me through everything. And then I've got the other one up there that exists, but is able to do some work so long as the enemy is weak enough. Never mind that though. We now have teleports here, and I think here. So we can travel all over, and I don't have to worry about anything other than just spending a single day to get the teleport back. Oh, it's so good. It was hard work though. Also, by the by, I've maxed out leadership and diplomacy, and logistics and military are very, very close to meeting their end as well. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Now, where we presently are is Gravestone Rock. That is because we have finally found where the... how do I put it? Where the stolen souls have ended up. That's right. The people whose souls were stolen, their bodies are still being taken care of. They're still healthy and just waiting for those souls to come home. Now, I have no idea what's waiting for us here, aside from Derek Sunhammer, who's going to probably catch an arrow, though I'd highly, depending on his armor class, we don't know if he's going to be catching the arrow as the coup de grace, or is it just going to be on the way. Anyway, let's go to Gravestone Rock. We're finally here. This whole time I've been so worried. I just can't stop thinking about the stolen souls. Greetings, Commander. Elin Grant greets you with the discipline of a soldier. He is calm and composed, and his voice is steady. I kept watch just like you instructed. They're definitely keeping the trapped souls here. I've seen the jewelry myself, but the place is well guarded. We'll have to find our way inside. I like how this is supposed to just be me, Morrow exclaiming, "We'll find the stolen souls!" Let's find the stolen souls. And we'll give those cultists a good thrashing. We'll make them pay for what they've done. I guess I'll stay here and guard the entrance so that you don't get stabbed in the back. But if you need help, I'll be there straight away. Just so we're clear, we are really close to level 20. So, I've made I also, by the way, made a number of good and lawful decisions during the crusade business. So, I was expecting to see that the alignment was shifted more heavily than that. I also made exactly one evil decision. So, I guess that kept us on the straight and narrow of sorts. regardless, I need to buff them. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, I need to buff them and then outfit them with the new relics if I can find anywhere to fit them. So I'm going to see you guys in what is probably going to be about 20 minutes. Though I hope not, because I only want to be recording for an hour. I've been playing this game for too long and frankly I'm tired of it. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. And with that, we are finally all set. I think it's been about... It's about as close to 20 minutes as you can possibly get without actually being at 20 minutes. Regardless, everyone is buffed out. I've re-equipped some people, swapped out some other things. We've got some people with some really high armor class, especially Regil at 47 now, with his +6 necklace of natural armor. We also have Mr. Ed at... I forget what Mr. Ed had. Something at 50... Oh, he was 57. 44 for Regil. So if I can just get the... If only I could actually use Song of Courageous Defender to get enemies to attack Mr. Ed or the Treants. But instead, I'm not getting into that. We're all set. For some reason, everyone had, aside from Morrow, of course, no one had any uses of Summon Treant. I don't understand why. We rested, like, for me, what was hours ago. So they should have had them, but screw me, I guess. Okay. Finally. Oh. Let me make sure. Why is Regil in front? This makes no sense. And he should be here. Oh, please, Treant, please. Oh, great. So, I just re-equipped Sela with a weapon. I think it has the... what's called the Brilliant Energy trait. Yeah, that's the one. That allows the weapon to ignore the target's armor and shield bonuses to armor class. But it's got trash damage compared to the previous weapon, which was 21 to 41 or something close to that, whereas this one is just 18 to 25 in damage. Also, a serious problem with the Brilliant Energy trait is that it can't hit structures or constructs, as they're called. So she's not really going to be useful here, considering that Blessed Weapon sticks to the weapon it's used on. Why? Why did it have to be constructs? Literally anything else.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Not with this ammo, you don't. See, the problem is, this thing right here, I'm pretty sure sets off a trap, which I suspect has to do with Mr. Skellingbones 1 and Mr. Skellingbones 2. I'm not going in there. If you want to party, you can come outside like a normal person. I'm not going to have him cast Wand of Haste just for this, or use the Wand of Haste for this. Unfortunately, he also has to do a skill check in order to use it because his skill with magic devices is so low. Now the question is, who do we send in here as a sacrifice? I don't want it to be someone that'll die easily. Oh, speaking of die easily, we can actually mitigate that possibility by just doing this. Curious. What? Ah, okay. Let's see. Thankfully, we have a doctor in the house. If you don't mind giving her her eyes back.
Yes.
Mr. Ed as well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Wait, Sela is still... Now, is she actually cured, or... Good. Let's try this again. With less blinding this time.
Let's have some fun.
Okay. God dang it.
You won't survive me.
Oh, that's definitely not good. They have a lot of health.
It is not an option.
Oh my god. You can't just walk into a room and crit a guy. And he blinded him successfully. Well, Ivu does want to be in here. I would love an opportunity to use this simply because why not? Oh, look who else is in here. I don't get why he died. We hadn't hit him. No. Land did hit him, but he didn't do that much damage. No line of sight. That's my fault. Can't see her.
Endure this.
Jeez. What if I just do this? But why? You can't just walk up to someone and explode on their face like that. There's an order to these things. Perception check is being failed. Okay. Let's make sure we quick save before we spawn something that just gives us... What is this? Interesting. We'll take everything, as always, because I won. Ah. And that's all the way in the corner. Lan, if you could be a deer. Oh, right. Lan, I forgot to make him huge.
The mongrel did it.
Size. That is that. You. And you. We're all set. Don't look at me like that. There are a lot of buffs spread across multiple people. Something's going to slip through the cracks every once in a while. If it's not blessed, then it's legendary proportions. I don't want to be here yet. What's the other way? Dang it.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
You know what? I really wish, I mean, it'd be purely cosmetic and frankly a waste of effort and resources, but it'd be great if when you use legendary proportions on someone, their voice became monstrously deep or like sounded like it was coming from really high up. Don't do that.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Well, I haven't come across anything yet, so naturally, I've got no idea what to do with this. This mechanism is currently missing a piece. Well, excuse the frick out of me. Ugh. Now let's deal with Derek. Master Derek looks just as friendly and polite as he did on the day he welcomed you into his jewelry shop in Dresden. His attire is still rich and exquisite, but it now features a gem-encrusted symbol of Baphomet. A grotesque shadow hovers beside him, a demon, perhaps the same one that stole the jewelry at Elin's wedding. Ah! The victorious commander and his valiant companion. I was so certain that you had been swallowed up by the abyss. Ah, well, life is full of disappointments. Cultists are so talkative these days. Why don't we skip the heart-to-heart and get down to business? And defeat the Hun? The demon at Master Derek's side laughs nastily. Why, valiant paladin, don't you want to know who you're really dealing with this whole time? Fine, I'll start it again. Don't you want to know who you've been really dealing with this whole time? He's not just a cultist or a demon worshipper. You're talking to the Grand Master of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. Well, I also saw Nocticula kill Baphomet. Your lord died at her hands. I am fully aware of the Lady in Shadow's capabilities. Forgive me for being blunt, but you have not told me anything I don't already know. I do not mourn my master's temporary demise. His defeat is nothing more than a setback. We may be forced to retreat, but like the tide, we will always return. However, even the permanent death of Lord Baphomet would not sway me from my beliefs. Did you know why the Abyss is so beautiful? It spawns new beasts to replace the old. It sustains itself in an endless cycle, the unchanging sum of chaos and evil. It will never cease to exist. His voice is a mixture of zeal and admiration. If Lord Baphomet meets his end, I will simply find myself a new master. I mean, I'm much less inclined to ask this guy any questions since I have to voice him myself. Of course, there are also some pretty good questions here. How did Seal Curl and the others get involved in this? It was the demon. Of course, why he was stealing souls in the first place? Dang it. Why were you stealing souls? Isn't the answer obvious? I wanted to spread terror throughout the city. I could use the souls as leverage to coerce people into doing my bidding. I spent years developing a reputation amongst Mendevian high society. Everyone knew who I was, and my work was in high demand. Then, slowly, with almost surgical precision, I distributed the demonic jewelry. I knew when to sell someone a useless bauble and when to give someone something special. Then I ordered the demons to act. All of the jewelry had gemstones that were designed to ensnare souls. I told the demons to capture the souls of the jewelry's owner and bring them to me. All across Mendev, dozens of mortals were suddenly trapped. All of their friends and loved ones were left alone with their grief. Aww. They held the lifeless bodies of their children or their beloved and clung to the hope that maybe someday there would be a way to bring them back. And that's when I struck. I threatened, coerced, I offered help, I did everything I could to tear down your crusade from the inside. Oh, if only you had stayed in the abyss a little longer, even a couple of months would have sufficed. You would have had an altogether different welcome waiting for you. You would have returned to find Mendev engulfed in civil war. I've met all kinds of monsters, but none of them have been this full of themselves. Oh, brave paladin. Master Derek's voice is kind, almost sympathetic. You know so little of this world, and understand even less. Oh, so who is that demon standing next to you? Ah, so this was the guy controlling Curl. Oh. How about I just kill all of you? Look at your friends, brave paladin. Look at the commander, the crusade's greatest hope. You've led them all to their deaths. I mean, you say that, but... Oh, Elin, please. No, we don't need you here. I can't wait to loot this room, frankly. How far up can we get? He failed a perception check. Most intriguing. He's only got an armor class of 37 and 270 health. I've got some bad news for you, buddy.
Kneel before.
Ah, he's got some sort of concealment spell. Let's see. Greater Shield of Faith. Ah, displacement. Naturally. This is what's her face? Ember. Coming at you with a ray spell. Hope you enjoy. You couldn't even last a second. She just got here. I know you. I can tell. You're not. I can't think of the word, but so I'm just going to move on. She can still cast one more spell. So why not go? And so we just have this. Why are you here? Oh, I'm so tempted to just have him use the 5-foot movement again, and then when it breaks, just swap this in. Well, swap to. I don't remember what the other mode is called. But I could do that. But I won't. This time. Right across the forehead. That's how we like it. She's also shaken. Oh, mother fricking. her getting the perception check on that interrupted her movement. And when I hit the space bar, I didn't realize that because I wanted to speed up her turn.
Make every strike count.
God dang useless Elin. Can we resurrect this absolute failure? Breath of life on. Of course not. Yep, and so there goes one of those. And a turn wasted. I guess we could have just used this. And one more for the forehead. At least Elin's okay. Master Derek Sunhammer is gravely wounded, but he does not lose his composure. He remains calm and dignified in the face of death. It seems that I've made a mistake. I should not have fought you. Still, I do not regret taking the risk. He turns to Sela, and there's a malevolent gleam in his eyes. You may have the commander by your side, but look at yourself, Paladin. Look at those you've taken under your wing. Derek's mouth twists into an unpleasant smile. Your friends are a thief, coward, and a stubborn oaf. You couldn't unite them or inspire them to great deeds. On the contrary, you made everything worse. Yet here you are now, blaming me for everything that's happened as if it's all my fault. Somehow I am responsible for all of your woes. My evil plans and schemes have ruined your lives. You believe that if you could just rid the world of evil people like me, it will become a paradise. Life will be fair and just, and everyone will be joined together in the bonds of friendship. He bursts into wheezing laughter and then falls silent forever. A bit dramatic, but I like it. Sela stares at Derek's lifeless body. She's breathing heavily, but you can't tell if it's from the intensity of the battle, or if she's simply overwhelmed with emotion. Is it over? Have we removed the evil? It doesn't matter. He tried to poison our souls, but his words mean nothing. He's lost. Commander, Sela, I spoke harshly to you before. I said things that I regret, but I should never have doubted you. This victory would not have been possible without your help. Not ever. Considering you dropped dead after taking, let's see, it was 35, 50, 40. You got hit for maybe 120 damage and just keeled over. There's something. You're weak. You're weak. Sela listens to all of this in silence. Then she turns to you and there's a question in her eyes. Why would you believe a word he says? Sela smiles grimly. Yeah, you're right. We'll discuss this later. But first, the loot. Sela picks up the bowl of jewelry and pours the contents into a pouch. Inside the bag, the gemstones gleam ominously. We have the souls. I'll keep them with me until we reach Dresden. Let's go. I don't want to stay here any longer. Before we do that, we've got to... What is this? Jeweler's Notes. Oh! I see what's going on here. This is the code for the wall with the stones on it. First things first. God dang it. He's been holed up here for how long, and that's all he's got? I need
Smile.
you
The world's not ending just yet.
to cast Circle of Clarity on... Ooh. They all failed the perception check? What is this? What is this? Amulet of Deep Roots. This this amulet grants its wearer a +5 natural armor enhancement bonus. It also grants immunity to bull rush and overrun combat maneuvers, as well as a +3 competence bonus to armor class against huge and bigger enemies. Not bad. Let's see. Yeah, sure, why not? But what really bugs me is that we've missed something. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head back this way, since I'm pretty sure I know how to deal with this. The stone is still missing though, so, well, that's a problem we'll deal with later. Well, once we get there. So I'm going to head back around and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm totally not going to redo that entire fight and then try and get the perception check that's over in this area. Totally not going to do that. Not at all. Not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, legend has it that if you reload the game, if you fail that particular perception check, you'll find a thing that leads to a thing that only gets you about 1,600 gold. Was it worth it? Was what worth it? Okay, so we're back at the puzzle, as I said I would be. We've now installed the gem. So now we need to understand his notes. Well, note. To see what exactly we need to do to unlock the secret room, which is certainly going to have all of the really good stuff, right? Right? Its color evokes the pale blue hues of deep snow. Much like the warm yellow glint of amber brings to mind the fiery leaves of autumn. The skilled jeweler understands the seasonal qualities of these colors, but does not shy away from rearranging them. Why not start the year with winter and then move to autumn? And why shouldn't autumn flow into spring? Summer can be the last season, the one that reverses the flow of time. Okay. What? Wait, we did it right? I did blue first, then yellow, then, just for the frick of it, green and red. Which would be... yeah, why not start with winter, then move to autumn, and then spring, and then... oh, okay, yeah, so I did exactly what it wanted. Oops. I thought I was on the wrong path, and then turns out I actually was not. Perception check failed. I already quick saved, so let's not move anyone and just bring Morrow in further. And that's all that's there. Neat. Junk, but we'll take it. What? If you are reading this note, I must be dead. Must be from Derek Sunhammer. And even in death, I've lured you into my trap. Greed is a sure path to the grave. Ah! Wow, he's a biggin', isn't he? Like, an even bigger biggin'. But he does not have anything to prevent him from getting absolutely bum-tussled by land. Unfortunate for him. That's what we were waiting for. Oh, there's more. A Painajai. Is that how it's pronounced? Painajai? It could be Painaji, I don't freaking know. I've just been calling them Painajai. Why do I have this again? I haven't sacrificed anything to it. When did I actually use it against the other Painajai? So I don't know why I have this again. That said, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I will take your offering. Wow. Surprise. And spit colors at you. What? It didn't even do any damage. She just died. It just died. That is the weirdest goddamn spell. It really is. And let's swap to Ivu. Okay. Alright. Yep, that's fully it. That's how you do it. Then you take everything they own and more. Some ambush. The mechanism of the rotating wall grinds heavily if you press on it. It looks like it's jammed. Well, that's it for this place. So I wasn't running the timer for that because as far as I'm concerned, that's just a little something extra. So as we move out of here, I think we're going to go... I don't remember the name of the place, but I do know where it is I want to go next. We can take care of getting people their souls back off camera or something. I'm not too worried about that. Welcome back. We find ourselves in what is effectively the lair of the demon known as the Butcher. The one who is at fault for the form that our dear friend Finian finds himself in. I've taken the courtesy of already going ahead and buffing everyone out. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all of them this time. Pretty sure. Anyway, I want to make sure I'm as thorough as always in making sure that there is no loot that passes by under any circumstance. Unfortunate. I wish I hadn't summoned 6 treants, but here we are. That requires an Arcana check of 47. They failed a perception check right before this whole business started. The tag on the skull reads Specimen 367, Finian Dismar. Would you look at that? A failed specimen returns to its maker. Place him on the workbench, Commander. I'll examine him and see what can be done with him. No, it's impossible. It's a mistake. Is this a joke? A prank? You all put a tag up with my name on some skull. Yeah, that's a good one. He bursts into a mad, desperate laughter. This is exactly why I only leave their mind on a level that is sufficient for carrying out their orders. To avoid shameful hysterics. This is no prank, 367. That skull is an anchor that stops your soul from departing from Galarian. You've long been dead, remember? Finian's cackling turns into strained howls. May as well use our 57 diplomacy. Finian, snap out of it. Weapon or not, you're still you. Yeah, Yes, I remember now. He wanted to create a weapon that could change to fit the owner's needs. A sentient one at that. He needed a phantom blade, and I was the one. Bravo. You remember. Seems like you're not quite as flawed as I thought. So what'll it be, Commander? Will you give him to me, or must I take him by force? I guess I'll at least see what questions we can ask. That is an interesting one. We found Finian and Canabras. I'd at least like to know how he got all the way there. I found Finian and Canabras. Did you misplace him or discard him? I sent him with my apprentices for field testing. Unfortunately, the group never came back. Some crusader must have taken it and sold it, and yet the specimen is returned to me as it was supposed to. Who are you crafting these weapons for? Who are your masters? I serve the great craft of the weaponsmith. I serve the furnace and the bellows, the anvil and the crucible. I'm a bladesmith. I have no need for other titles. The demon overlords value me and my weapons, and I do accept orders from them at times, but I have no master. I've heard enough. Time to hand over the specimen, Commander. Yeah, that's never going to happen. It appears you'll suffer the same fate as your apprentices. Wait, please, if you have any respect for me, for what I was, free me, please. Break my skull and let me go. If I'm not a human anymore, then I shouldn't exist. I like the chaotic option. And he's not a bad weapon either. Now that I think about it, I could have transformed him into a hooked gnome hammer for Regil. Or a freaking anything for Seela, now that I think about it. But, I mean, if I'm going to try the chaotic option, and if he insists, I'll crack his skull open. Your body is no more, but that doesn't mean you have to die. You're still a Pathfinder. You can still see the world. As a weapon in the hands of another without any will of my own? Finian chuckles grimly. But since I've been traveling with you, I haven't felt like an object. I feel like a crusader, like I'm serving the good of all. If I leave now, I'll never avenge my death. I'll never even know if we close the wound or not. No, I can't. If I'm meant to be a weapon that smites foes, then guide me, Commander, and let us end this monster. I think not. You're just a test specimen. You cannot have a will of your own. Your purpose is to serve. I don't know why I gave him a Brooklyn accent. It seems appropriate. Why? I could not tell you. Wow, this is an animated dwarven war axe with an armor class of 49. How do you even begin? How do you even begin to give a weapon armor? I've been bamboozled. And if we can have sentient floating animated floating weapons, why can't we have Finian be a playable character in this particular fashion? Seems like a missed opportunity to me. Oh, crap. Yeah, this is going to come down to magic. Like it usually does. And they're resistant to Sonic as well because they don't have ears, which makes sense. They're neutral, so we don't get anything out of Smite Evil or Smite Chaos, which is going to make this much, much worse. Could you, like, not, my good sir? Can't use the other ammo because, well, obviously. Wait, is there even anything Fey in this game? I dare say not. Anyway, the lowest armor class is the one that attacked land by 1 whole point. He's not going to be getting to have any fun today, is he? Well, excuse the frick out of me. Apparently I was wrong. Let's get land back up to fighting health. Give everyone temporary HP. What? Thank goodness it didn't actually do damage. And I'm also glad I switched the weapon that I gave Sela back to the whatever the frick the sword is. So we're going to do that. We'll have that on our side at least. Oh. So that's how it's going to be, huh? That's not okay. And they have a real hate on for Lamb. How do we do this? I don't think they're close enough to bounce to the animated full plate. But these things have to go. What?
Surrender or else.
It's immune to negative energy and positive energy. Sure, I guess that's an option, I suppose. Oh, did you really lower the barrier? What kind of an idiot are you? One with very, very little health left. That's why. Actually, let's clean this up. Mother fricking... It did it again. It cost me my turn. Because he got a perception check. Fair's fair. Well, that didn't stop the rest of them, which is what I was hoping for. These guys need to go.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
Yeah, I guess this is our only move.
Dash survived worse.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Could you not? Like, we genuinely have to get rid of these things. Okay. So how do we do this? Of course we do. Of course we do.
This is not my time yet.
Ah, you'll be fine. Well, I was wrong. And he's right. Since he died recently, Breath of Life is free. Should we use this? I think we should go with this one. But if we destroy the last one, and then we end up having to talk to the guy we just killed, the res is going to time out. So up to plus 25.
Hey, Commander, can you hear me? Damn it, now I'm worried people can't hear me from inside this thing. Anyway, thank you, Commander. You're right, I guess one should live while they can. Folks make do without arms and legs, so I'll manage without a body. I just don't know what good a Pathfinder like me will be to anybody.
So do you plan on continuing our travels together?
Of course. You're doing good work, and I'll be helping you out. Ancient ruins and faraway lands can wait. This whole mess is more important. And when it's all over, pass me on to some Pathfinder. I'll be fine.
So how are you feeling now that you've had your revenge?
I thought I'd be happy, but there's no happiness to be found here. I'm dead. My folks are dead. I doubt any of my friends are still alive. And the Bladesmith is just one more death. The only good thing is he won't hurt anyone ever again. It brings me some comfort.
Well, I'm glad you accepted your fate, though I can't even begin to imagine what it's like.
The truth can feel heavy, too heavy to bear, but then you realize it makes living easier. I locked myself in a past that's long gone, and now I've woken up in the present, and I can move on. Well, metaphorically, I can't actually move on my own.
Alright, looks like it's time to go.
Where you go, I follow, Commander. Let's get out of here. I don't like the look of this place. Especially now that I've remembered how I was killed here. And one more thing. The skulls on the shelves. They're just like me. I don't know, maybe they think working for demons and killing people is great, but if I were you, I would set them all free.
That is definitely an option I'll explore. I want to try this Arcana check, but eventually, you know? Ooh, bows. There we go. Just composite longbows. Right, ooh, there is a lot of stuff in here. Oh, just potions. Another one of those clovers. Whoa. Pardon me? I mean, I'll take it, but... But it said the thing was locked. What do you mean, Regil? How can he even unlock it? I'm confused. I'm so deeply confused. He can't lockpick. Volcanic Storm. Oh, it's that spell. 50 charges. All at caster level 7, which means they aren't worth tit. And the bladesmith, who didn't have a single thing to his name in his pockets. I'm beyond upset. Okay, so all that's left is to determine the fate of the skulls on the wall. All right. Did we really need to black the screen for that? Oh, I see why. It's still dumb. Didn't appear to be any other perception checks in here. So, this is where we're going to end the video for today, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got a lot left to do. Many things need killing, especially the other. What order we'll be dealing with that in, I don't particularly know. I'm just doing whatever I feel like whenever I... Just at random, mostly. Yeah, that's about it. Mostly at random. I'm going to ignore eyes until we've done everything else that I possibly can. Aside from the puzzle things. I'm not dealing with that right now. And I'm probably not going to deal with those on camera at all because... why even bother? Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will be back tomorrow. Yep, we'll be back tomorrow with another episode. There was not an episode yesterday because I was stuck trying to get Elden Ring to work. I mean, while I can play the game, the enemies are all invisible, which has been deduced to be mostly the fault of the way they coded the game to, for some reason, completely disregard, well, to de-render enemies when frame rates are too low or the CPU is strained or one of the two things. And there's nothing I can do about it, at least the way things seem, so all I can do is shrug. So I spent the time allotted for, I usually allot for recording, trying to do that, and it went on for a lot longer than I really wanted to, and so I didn't record anything. It happens. But it won't happen today. Well, it won't happen to the videos that will be uploaded tomorrow. They'll be recorded, uploaded, and scheduled as usual, so no need to worry. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.
You see